Underestimating the Sigma male is one of the worst mistakes you can make. They may not be the usual alpha man, but that does not make them any less dangerous. You should avoid underestimating Sigma males, since they are the kind of quiet but dangerous men you do not want to meet. Because they are tremendously clever and motivated. Not because they are physically strong. Even though they appear to be cool and collected, they are constantly planning 10 steps ahead. Because of this, he is a tremendously dangerous foe and someone you should avoid at all costs. The silent ones who watch quietly are the Sigma men. They absorb all the information, constantly planning, thinking, and being ready to act. Giving Sigma a reason to attack you is the last thing you want to do. This does not necessarily imply that Sigmas are nasty lads at heart. However, you should never attempt to step on his tail since you would get burned. They are actually quite gentle and understanding. Nothing is more deadly than a Sigma man with a grudge. The most deadly breed is Sigma males for the following 12 reasons. 1. They are more complex than first appears. You might not think highly of a person when you first meet him. He appears to be a typical guy. Yet this is precisely the impression they want you to have. There is no doubt that they wish to blend in and go unnoticed. Behind that pleasant demeanor, there is a lot going on. They are highly dangerous because they know more than they admit. You need to be ready for the unexpected if you want to screw with the Sigma. Because they are continuously monitoring and absorbing information. Sigma men are frequently very silent and reclusive. They are incredibly challenging to read because they are constantly thinking and scheming. You never know what a Sigma is thinking. Therefore, you shouldn't undervalue this. When it comes to intelligence and tenacity, a Sigma guy is not what they appear to be on the outside. They are far more intricate than they seem. You want someone like this on your team, but you never want to cross them. 2. They don't like to have their lines crossed. Crossing a Sigma guy will rapidly convince you that it was a terrible idea. They don't like being crossed, especially if it's something about which they have strong feelings. Sigma, of course, is aware of any inadvertent harm done to him. Immediately away and doesn't take it personally. But if you intentionally hurt him, he won't forgive you, especially if you touched him inappropriately. Even though you may believe you can get away with it, he will set you up. He may not make you regret crossing him today or tomorrow, but he will. The Sigma man appears to be nasty, but in reality, he is not. He simply dislikes it when someone annoys him specifically for their own sake. He is the kind who prefers to avoid conflict and avoid meddling in other people's affairs. But if you deliver it to his door, he won't think twice about letting you know who is in charge. To him, it's like a personal challenge, and he won't let up until he succeeds. He will put you in your place so you realize that no one is subjected to such treatment. Whether it be in his professional, personal, or even online life. You will not get away with it with the Sigma. You may have believed you could defeat him, but you will soon come to understand how mistaken you were. 3. They have a keen ability to read people and are skilled manipulators. You are not dealing with your typical Jack. When you are dealing with a Sigma man, they excel at reading people and figuring out what drives them. They can readily use this to their advantage, which renders them extremely deadly. They have a knack for finding the perfect buttons to press, and they always seem to succeed in getting what they want. Additionally, this ability is useful when trying to get information from someone. They excel at interrogation and frequently succeed in persuading people to divulge information against their better judgment. They will see right through you. So there is no point in trying to mislead them or keep anything from them. A Sigma will pretend to trust you if you lie to him in order to see what you'll do next. He appears very docile, leading you to believe that you are in charge, but he is really the one in charge. He's interested in how far you'll go. The Sigma male employs reverse psychology, whereas the alpha male exhibits hostile behavior when lied to. Even when it seems like he isn't, he is always in charge. He is far more skilled than anyone else at quietly influencing a situation. 4. They forgive you but never forget. Sigma males have an incredible memory and they never forget anything. This is both a blessing and a curse if you have wronged them in the past. They will never forget it, but if you have been good to them, they will also never forget that either. Once you have earned their trust, they will be loyal to you forever. They might not show it, but they are actually very sentimental individuals. That's why many Sigmas have a hard time letting go of the past. They might forgive you, but they will never forget what you did. If you make another wrong move, no matter how small, it's game over. They will quickly remind you of all your past transgressions and remove you from their life. This is why being careful with the Sigma male is so important. They might seem like they don't care about anything, but they actually have a lot of feelings. They just keep them hidden very well. Maybe you think you managed to fool him, but he actually knows everything. He's just waiting for the perfect moment to show you that he knows exactly what you've been up to. 5. They are incredibly persistent and resilient. Some of the most determined and ambitious people you will ever meet are Sigma males. Despite how challenging things may be, they never give up. Any challenge in their path is always surmounted by them. This is a result of their extraordinary drive to succeed. They consistently aim high and work hard to fulfill their objectives. They never quit up, no matter how many times they fail. They constantly manage to get back up and try again. They never give up on their goals because they are true warriors. So be prepared for a drawn-out battle if you ever cross a Sigma man. Until he succeeds, he will not give up. Additionally, they have a strong desire to achieve their goals. When they have their sights set on anything, they will do whatever it takes to obtain it. Due to this, he is a very dangerous rival in both professional and interpersonal interactions. If you wrong him, he won't stop until he has defeated you. But if you're on his good side, he'll be a strong ally who will do whatever it takes to help you succeed. Yes, everyone is resilient and determined. However, the Sigma elevates it to a completely new level. When it comes to perseverance and tenacity, they are in a league of their own. You should always use caution while dealing with the Sigma, since you never know what he is capable of. 6. They are never honest about their motivations. When he feels threatened, the Sigma guy is an expert at disguising himself. It is really challenging to understand what he is truly thinking, because he will never express his true intentions. He plays his cards quite effectively and is always calculating. Because of this, he is highly challenging because you never know what he will do next. He prefers to keep people perplexed and uneasy. Although he always presents as cool-headed and collected, there is often a lot going on behind that expressionless gaze. The Sigma man is more subdued, but the alpha male is more direct when he wants to screw with someone. 7. They are mute spectators. Although Sigma guys are frequently the quietest people in the room, that does not mean they are not attentive. They are observing and studying everything around them. They are always taking notes and learning. They learn so much about the world around them via this process. Although they may not speak much, they are always informed of events. They are more knowledgeable than you realize. So be ready for the penalties if you ever pass a Sigma. Before you act, you should evaluate what they could already know about you. Sigma males are constantly calculating and making plans. Unlike other people who may just go with the flow, the greatest way to accomplish their objectives is constantly on their mind. They are constantly planning ahead, which makes them a challenging competitor. You will probably find yourself at a disadvantage if you ever compete against a Sigma man. 8. They are excellent at foreseeing everything. Do you have experience playing chess with Sigmas? If so, you are aware that they constantly think 10 steps ahead. They continually plan and strategize for all potential outcomes, because they have considered every scenario. They are exceedingly challenging to be around. He can anticipate your movements and always appears to be moving quickly. He is constantly ready for everything that might occur, which makes him an extremely dangerous foe. A Sigma is someone you never want to cross because they always manage to win. This gives off the impression that they constantly have something planned, which many people find unappealing. It's better to just stay on their good side than to meddle with them. 9. They may identify your shortcomings very quickly. Sigmas are exceptionally perceptive people. They may identify your flaws very quickly if you walk on their toes. They are aware of how to take advantage of this against you, and will do so at any costs. They may appear to have forgotten it, yet they are quite aware of everything going on around them. Even though you could believe you are getting away with everything, they will make sure to get you when you least expect it if you really upset them. They are skilled at buying time so they can wait for the ideal opportunity to strike. It is as though they have a mental archive of all your previous deeds and remarks. Therefore, they would make sure to make you pay for it if you got them badly wrong. If Sigma hasn't harmed you in a while, it probably means that he has either found a way to forget about it, or has forgiven you, in which case you should count yourself lucky. However, if he truly cannot let go, he will find a method to make you feel the brunt of his rage. Even though they occasionally transgress against them, Sigma guys are forgiving and don't waste their energy on those who don't deserve it. But if you really get them wrong, they may also be highly impulsive people. They are not the kind to act violently aggressively, but they trick you into not realizing what hit you by using their brains. 10. They think quite logically. Some of the most logical people you will ever meet are Sigma males. They never allowed their feelings to influence their choices. They always have clear minds and base their conclusions on reason. If you fight with a Sigma, you will rapidly discover that all of their arguments are supported by reason. It will be impossible to influence them via emotion. Using emotive arguments to convince a Sigma is impossible. If you want to earn their respect, you must be able to support your claims with reasoning and facts. In the absence of this, people will simply perceive you as another person trying to exploit them. In this situation, they'll probably ignore you or, worse yet, make an effort to make you feel inferior. 11. They exercise excellent self-control. Male Sigmas never lose their composure. They constantly remain composed no matter what the circumstance. This is as a result of their exceptional self-control. They never allow their feelings to rule them. They constantly maintain their composure and think clearly, regardless of the situation, whether someone has just insulted them or they're engaged in a heated fight. One of the things that makes them such dangerous adversaries is this: you can never make a Sigma lose his fury when you're dealing with him. Never try to force someone to do something they don't want to do. They never allow their emotions to interfere with their judgment, and always maintain control of the issue. One of the things that makes them such excellent leaders is this: they never allow their feelings to cloud their judgment while making choices. People always appreciate and look up to them because of this. 12. They are not afraid to speak their mind. Sigma men are not afraid to speak their mind regardless of who they are against. They are always honest and direct. They never sugarcoat anything or try to make themselves look good. If you ask them for their opinion, they will give it to you straight even if it might not be what you want to hear. If you think you can take advantage of a Sigma by trying to get them to agree with you, you are sorely mistaken. They will never just agree with you for the sake of it. They will always give you their honest opinion even if it is not what you expected. This can sometimes be off-putting to other people, as they are not used to such honesty. But if you can get past that, you will quickly realize that Sigma males are some of the most trustworthy people you will ever meet. They will always tell you the truth even if it might hurt your feelings.